beam of truth, and I'll tell you what, this is the time of year that I get excited about. It's Michigan. Today it was kind of a warm day. I had to put my rubber boots on to walk outside because there was so much melting snow on the ground that my tennis shoes got wet. And my socks got wet the moment I stepped off of my porch. I was like, oh, that was a mistake. Anyways, today I'd like to talk to everybody about what everyone in the country, because if we're doing it in Michigan, you should be doing it everywhere in the country. If not already planting things, you should at very least be preparing for your garden, your 2011 growing machine. And today, I was kind of browsing around the internet looking for ideas. I was reading about Michigan early spring things that I can grow. And I didn't realize this. Last year I tried to grow some early season things, and I really didn't plant them anywhere near early enough. So now this year I've done a little bit of research about it, and there are actually some things that I can grow pretty much without any fear of frost damage. Pretty much from what I'm reading, there are things that will grow as soon as the soil is tillable. I can plant things. So that's really exciting to me because that means that I get a whole 2-month head start on all my early growing, which I tried to do last year but failed. And, that's just kind of part of the growing pains that you go through as you're learning how to grow things. And that's why it's so important to start growing things right now. If you're a prepper and all you've got are an AR-15 and a room full of ammo, you're not in good shape, I'm sorry to say. You got to learn how to grow some things, and you got to learn how to be able to produce your own food and live on a self-sustainable system. So I went on the internet and I found this really cool website, by the way. This is a free website to go to. It's called plangarden.com. And this website has an online garden planning tool which will enable you to determine how much space you need to allocate for each plant or each flower type or each vegetable. And it's got all kinds of different vegetables here, from kohlrabi to lettuce to okra to onions to parsnips to peas to peppers, potatoes, pumpkins, radish. I mean, just the whole 9 yards here. This may seem kind of like a video game to you, but really there is truly a science, and there's a lot of preparation that goes into a successful garden. The first year I did it, I pretty much, it amounted to this. I got the rototiller out, I turned the soil around, and I went down to my local farmer's market, and I bought flats and flats and flats of vegetables, and I stuck them in the ground, and then I turned on the faucet every now and then and watched them get sprinkled. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I was just kind of trying to learn by experience. And that's really what you need to do. But that being said, the more time you spend preparing, the better you are. As they say, failure to prepare is preparing to fail. So it's very important that you spend at least a little bit of time thinking about what you want out of your garden and how you're going to grow whatever it is that you want, how you're going to successfully grow those things. Okay, so again, I live in Michigan, and the article that I was referring to the other day told me that there are several things that I can grow in my garden as soon as the soil is tillable. And some of those things include split sugar peas, onions, cabbage, lettuce, and broccoli going on into the later part of the season, but I'm just going to go ahead and wing it. I'm going to put the broccoli in the ground with everything else. Now, one thing you should know about my garden is that I've already got asparagus root systems in the ground. There's 25 of them that go down I guess it would be the southern border of my garden. Now I tried to make it to scale, but to be honest with you, I'm just kind of guessing. I think my garden is about 30 feet wide, my primary garden. I've got a couple gardens, but the one that I put most of my vegetables in, I think it's about 30 feet wide, and I think it's closer to 80 feet long. Right now I'm just doing this particular grow plot. Oh, shoot, where did it go? I think it's about 66 feet or 60 feet by, well, here's this measure. This measuring tape is 27 and a half. So there's about 30 feet right there. And then it's I think it's about 60 feet. But this is just the simulation. To be honest with you, I think mine is closer to maybe 100 by 30. But anyways, because I don't have enough room here, and I'm pretty sure I gave my asparagus a good enough amount of room. By the way, asparagus, that stuff stays in the ground, and you snip it off as the roots send up the shoots. what you eat at the grocery store is the shoot that comes up. So I don't think this year I'm going to have any edible asparagus because I put the root systems in the ground last year. I might if I'm lucky, but more than likely it'll be next spring. But so I'm just leaving the border there to remind myself that I can't go anything any farther than that unless I want to make more tilled soil over here and add on to my garden. And I can just leave the asparagus where it is, but that's got to stay there. So anyways, I am basically trying right now to determine where I'm going to plant my sugar snap peas, my onions, my cabbage, lettuce, and broccoli. And I'm also doing a little bit of other investigating to see if there's anything else that I can plant as soon as I can turn that soil. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just kind of showing this to everybody. And I'm also kind of pointing this out because I've kind of thought about this. And I'm going to propose a challenge. You can call this the Laser Beam of Truth Prepper Garden Challenge. Okay? I want to see your growing videos. I want to see your gardens. I want to see what you're growing. I want to see what you've learned that works wherever it is that you live. I want to see, what your failures have been. I know all of us preppers, we all like to think we're so dang smart and we never talk about things that we did wrong. But that's important. If I learn from your mistakes, then that's a mistake I don't have to make. And the same thing for me. If I can, show you some of the mistakes that I've made in the past, I can show you that mistake, and that's a mistake you don't have to make. So I encourage everybody to make videos and attach them as a video response to this video. What's your garden going to look like in 2011? What are your goals? Tell me how long you've been gardening and how much space you plan to garden with in your garden. If your goals are just to try and see if you can grow anything, great. If this is the first time you've done it, great. That's good. You got to start somewhere. If you're a 20-year veteran, I would love to hear your feedback and tell me, what kind of things that you've found that work because, I'll be honest, I've got an uncle that's been growing gardens for years, and he's just an absolute, just a lifeline of resource for somebody like me. But I'm going to recommend that everybody check out this site. It's free to log in. I think I might have had to do like some kind of a free intro period, but right now I'm pretty much just trying to, I got to this point for free. I didn't pay for anything or give them any kind of vital information. So I'm just kind of trying to mess around with this and kind of trying to figure out when I need to start planning and what I can grow and where I'm going to put things. So I don't know. Take it for what you will, but whatever you do, start planning right now for your 2011 garden and tell me about it. Post a video, post a comment, let everybody else know because this is a huge thing. Gardening is exploding right now for a lot of reasons, but a lot of us preppers are doing it because we want to be able to survive and we want to have good food to eat. So I tell you what, there's nothing better than having fresh produce out of your own backyard. It's just really, really good. So anyways, follow that up. Send me some responses. I'm eager to hear of what your gardening plans are and your aspirations and ambitions for the growing season of 2011. Post it with a video response. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Have a great day. God bless you all. Laser Beam of Truth, signing out.